With me tonight, former acting Secretary of Homeland Security and visiting fellow at the Heritage Foundation, Chad Wolf. Mr. Secretary, thanks for being here.
Well, it's good to have you. Good to be here. Thank you.
So, Team Biden and the president himself are saying some of the following things. It's not a crisis. It's not unusual. This is seasonal. And that, in fact, it's your administration's fault that this is happening. Your response?
Well, Guy, I would say all of those are very incorrect. So what we know is this is not seasonal. We certainly do have certain months of the year that we see higher numbers, higher illegal traffic. But in the month of February, where there were over 100,000 illegal apprehensions, that's the highest February in over 20 years. And so what we know is both the messaging and the policies from the Biden administration has really fueled the surge and the crisis that we see on the border. And then, you know, to the assertion that somehow the Trump administration broke the immigration system and the Biden administration is having to fix that, that's simply not true. The facts don't back that up. What we did is we inherited a broken system. We ended catch and release, and we instituted immigration consequences to those who cross the border illegally. And so that's what's missing today. The current administration is treating this as though it's a capacity issue and continues to build more facilities, opens more facilities. And as you do that, they're going to continue to see this surge unless you address the illegal activity that's causing it.
All right, so we'll get to some solutions here in a second. But first, you mentioned rhetoric. Let's go back to the record here. Your successor at DHS, Secretary Mayorkas, says that the border is secure, that the border is closed, but if you send children here, they'll be welcomed in, they'll be cared for, they'll be flown at taxpayer expense elsewhere in the country to see relatives. When you take that combination of mixed messaging, what is the ultimate message received? I think it seems pretty obvious, yes?
Well, it's certainly a confusing message here domestically, but if you're a migrant in the Northern Triangle or Mexico or elsewhere, the message is very clear, which is if you approach the border and you get into the United States, you will stay and you will stay here for a while. I think if you actually go back, some of the messaging from DHS leadership early on was, don't come, you can come, but don't come now, which is a very confusing message. And now it has shifted to the border is closed and the border is secure. And I think it's anything but that. And I think the CBP agents on the ground will tell you it's anything but that. When you have over 100,000 illegal apprehensions in February, in March, we're likely to see 140,000 illegal apprehensions. And that's almost about 5,000 a day. And then there's about another 1,000 that Border Patrol cannot catch.
Right, gotta wait. Right, so which is a huge part of it as well. And it's sort of a lost piece of this entire conversation. What can be done specifically, sort of concrete steps right now to help get this under control?
Absolutely. There's three things that they could do. One is they could apply the Title 42 public health authority to minors and turn those individuals back around just as we did. You put them back on planes, you send them back to the Northern Triangle, and you reunite them with their families. So that's one. Two, you reinstitute the migrant protection protocols, and you make individuals that are claiming asylum wait in Mexico, because what that does at the end of the day is that roots out the fraud. You know that individuals with illegitimate asylum claims, folks that know they're not going to get it, will not wait there. And so you're trying to root out that fraud and abuse. And then you want to make sure you can finish the border wall system, construction of that as well. That will also help the agents manage this. And then I would say institute our asylum cooperative agreements with Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador. All three of those, or all four of those measures, were working since the end of 2019 into 2020, where you did not see a crisis like we're experiencing today.
Mr. Secretary, thanks for your time tonight.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for watching the Heritage Foundation's YouTube channel. With more than 500,000 members, we are the nation's largest conservative research and education institution. We believe the principles and ideas of the American founding are worth conserving and renewing. Please help us further our mission by subscribing to this channel and sharing our videos with your family and friends.